Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to start a new series on Once Human. This will be for anyone from novice to advanced players, but we are going to start a whole new character and playthrough on a novice server. This is where a lot of new players are flooding in right now because of mobile release and everything. And the novice server is perfect for them. It doesn't have any of the advanced events or difficulty as some of the other ones. Like the difference between Manibus and Novice and Manibus is things are much more difficult. Things have more health, they do more damage, they aggro from longer distances, and there are more difficult enemies that just don't exist in Novice. The Way of Winter is probably the most difficult PvE scenario we have, where you're less worried about the creatures that can kill you and more worried about the weather itself killing you. You will freeze to death or burn alive. And then we have Prison versus Clash. It's the original PvP scenario where there are areas in the scenario on the map that are PvP and there are areas that are not. So in your home, generally you're fairly safe. And then we have Evolution's Call, PvP, which is a different version of the Prison versus Clashes. Just like Manibus is different from Way of the Winter. They're on the same map, but they have different cities and such. And then Raid Zone is the brand new PvP area. This is like Rust. If you've ever played Rust, DayZ, H1Z1, PUBG, this is that type of PvP. It's on all the time. Nowhere is safe. Your body stays in the world when you log out in this scenario, so you can be killed and looted in your sleep. This is the ultimate showdown, as it says here. And a fair season means any of the blueprints that you earn in these, which we'll go over soon, no one has these. No one has any advantage over anyone else. Everyone starts off completely basic, like sticks and stones. So if you're into PvP, this is probably the best one for you. Then there is a new PvE scenario called Endless Dream. These are brand new, and this combines the Manibus and the Way of Winter maps into one giant map. And then there are different dynamic environments. There are different mobs that must be killed to unlock different dungeons in different areas. And you'll have to work together as a server to get a lot of these things done. Today we are going to go to Manivus Novice. I believe we're going to go to 409. It is just day 3, so it's the same as being day 1. It really is the same, because we'll get into that. There are different phases in each scenario. So let's create a new character. We're going to skip the cutscenes so they're not spoiled. That way you can watch them yourself when you play the game, because it does have a pretty interesting story. There's not a ton of storytelling, but there's a lot of lore and story involved in the game. It's actually pretty interesting. It's like a post-apocalyptic game where some scientists got too far ahead of themselves and pulled a piece of an ancient creature out of space, and it ruined the entire planet, from the radiation and things like that, which they call starfall. Now this loads in, you'll be able to create your character. Type 1 is male, type 2 female. You just choose a base face. You can you could skip right here if you wanted to, but you can completely customize your character however you want. You can go up down to like neck length, head size, shoulders. You can do everything you want. It's pretty amazing. The options that you can do in here. We're not going to mess with these too much. We may change her hair just a bit. Let's see. Let's give her. There we go. That works. And then, and you can do all. There's hundreds of options in here. You can change the gradients of everything. You can change the eye colors, eye styles, the pupils. You can give them some wild looking pupils here. Then you can actually go to a color wheel and change it however you want. You can make your character look like a zombie themselves. And when you get done, you just go to name character. Your character is created. And you can, in the game, get tokens and stuff, which will let you re-edit your character later. Let's see. Can I do this? We'll do this. A Varial's Fate. There we are. Alright, we're headed into the game. Like I said, we're going to skip these. You can skip cutscenes with spacebar, but I would suggest at least watching them once. You use WSAD to move and your mouse to turn your camera. Spacebar jumps. Hold shift to run. F loots if you're on PC. Escape gets you out of Windows. Let's use this access card here. We're going to skip the cutscene. Talk to V. And we're not going to do an entire playthrough. I'm just showing you some of the basic things right now to do. And we're going to do the first couple of quests to help you get going, to show you what you can expect out of the game as a novice. Now we've got a thing. You can sneak up behind things and press F quickly enough. You can execute them without swinging too much. Oh, and he had loot on him, so we press F to get the water. And even when they're aggroed, if you get behind them, you can still get that quick kill on them. Otherwise, you can hold right-click to do a power attack. Or if you are running and you left-click, you'll do a shoulder slam and then go into a melee. These are little teleport doors. You go through them and they take you to different areas. Here we just teleported over to this box. All looting is done with the F key unless you change it. There's another guy. We'll get behind him. Just take care of him real quick. Pick up his loot. Get this box. And this is going to give us a piece of gear. It's going to give us some boots. And since we're not wearing any, it's going to put them on us automatically. We'll get into the inventory and such. And probably in a different video. Right now we're going to come over here and touch the after image, which will take us to the next area of this tutorial. We're going to come here. This is going to teach you how to use an ability you're going to use a lot in the game. You press Q to snap your fingers, and it will reveal things that are otherwise hidden. In the game, there are living treasure chests that walk around called morphic crates. And on your backpack, toward the top of it, there's a little circle. It looks like almost like a camera. It will start to flash yellow. When it's bright, when it flashes quickly enough, if you snap your fingers, it will reveal one of those morphic crates that you can kill and then take the loot from. But also, anywhere that there is loot lying on the ground or chests and such, when you snap your fingers, it will highlight them. Like there's a chest in here, and when I snap my fingers, it highlights it. Now in here, for some reason, it doesn't show it through the wall. But in the game, it will even show through walls. It'll let you see everything that's in an area. All right, let's loot this and we'll get a pair of gloves, I believe. Yes, there we go. And some of these creatures drop their weapons. Like this guy drops his mouth, basically. And you can pick it up with the F key and then use it as a weapon if you want to kill other creatures. It has a certain charges. You can see it has 8 ammo down in the bottom right that I can shoot, and they're just fun little additions. Now these are deviants. These are going to be your companions in the game. We got a butterfly deviant that flies around and will attack enemies for us when we tell it to, and it does damage to them, and it increases the damage we do to enemies. In this tutorial, if you read all of the text, it will explain to you how to use them, but I'm just going to show you how to use them quickly for the demonstration here. All right, let's talk to her. I'm going to skip the dialogue. Like I said, the first time through, I highly recommend going through the story. But this is a securement unit. And once you have a deviant, once you loot one, you can use the facility and right-click to put it in here. Now we're going to talk to her again, and then we're going to connect ourselves to that deviant. Which means then in combat, we can call it out whenever it has enough energy to fight with us. Now we go up to it and we press G to sync it to us. And now if you look at the bottom right, it shows the butterfly with a circle around it. And if we press E, we can summon it out. And if you notice, its energy bar, there's a ring around its picture in the bottom right that's going down. And once the energy's gone, it will have to go back in to recover. And since we're not fighting anything right now, we'll go ahead and press E to bring it back so it can start recovering. Now, while it is recovering, you cannot call it back out. It has to have full energy in order to come back out. Once it's recovered, you can then call it out again to fight with you. And if you hold E, you can either designate a target that you're aimed at for it to fight, or auto attack if there's multiple enemies, and it will choose on its own who to fight, usually the closest person to you. Okay, let's get these supplies. It's going to be gravel and wood in here. Normally there are weapons and all kinds of wonderful things. Now for inventory, you press I, and then we're going to go into gear up here. Since we just looted a new chest piece, you left click it, hover over your new one, and you see that it's given us increased health, pollution resistance, and PSI intensity. PSI intensity is the more you have, the more damage you do, no matter what weapon or equipment that you are using. Now it wants us to create a crossbow, so we will come in, hold F. It's now been crafted, and down here at the bottom we can press F to equip it as our primary weapon. Let's go ahead and do that. And then over here we press F to go into this station, and it wants us to create arrows. So we'll create 25. And as soon as these are crafted, we'll have a boss fight coming up. And that will pretty much end the basic tutorial. Then we will be into the open world, but the game does still hold your hand to help you learn some things, but not advanced anything. Now that we've got that, we've got arrows, we've got our bow, we've got our deviant. We'll open the door, come out here, and we can start the fight. And our first fight is with a giant siren. This little station here has been affected from the starfall, and is mutated into a creature. So we'll let him come on out of the ground here. Okay, we'll go ahead and skip this part. Now, we're in the fight. The first thing is to point at him and release your butterfly and start shooting him. If you shoot in the head, most creatures have what's called a weak spot. You see how the damage is red? That means you're hitting a weak spot. If I shoot his body, it'll be white damage. So you generally want to hit weak spots, unless later on you create a build that's focused more on crit or different things that we'll talk about in the series. Always try to hit them in the head, or some have weak spots on their shoulders. Okay, don't worry about failing this deviation. Trying to capture this deviation always fails. You cannot catch it. It's part of the story. So don't feel bad if you can't get that little guy. You will get him later. Okay, let's skip through this. And now we're going to what they call the real world. The physical world. Alright. Now we'll go to the door and we'll choose a place to land. Let me see. I suggest west of Abandoned Monolith. It's the closest to the city that we are going to want to, that it's going to direct us to. So we go here, and if it loads in correctly, we'll be flying. Sometimes it just puts you on the ground for some reason, but it should have us flying in the air, holding on to the bird. Magically, he can help us glide down, and we will gently glide down to the thing. You'll use WSAD to glide. And this also introduces us to a new ability that we've just earned. Anytime you jump off a high area, you can press spacebar, and the bird will come out and you will glide instead of just falling. And right here is our first city. We're going to come over here near it, just so we're a bit closer for some of the things that we're going to do right off the bat. As you can see, there's a lot of players on this server. These are little platforms that some of them have built. They're all new too, because this is a brand new server. Hopefully there's a little space right over here that we can get one. If not, that's fine. We'll find something nearby. Let's see, someone's there, someone's there, someone's there. We may try this little corner and see if we can place down a home. But you can also, anytime you want to go lower, you can press spacebar, press it again. There you go. You can get down quicker. Okay, there's even someone here. This is a brand new person. Okay, let's see if it will let us. Yep, we're going to build right here. Now we've got our own little spot, and now we have to put, this is our securement thing now. So we have to put our butterfly in here in order to use it in the real world. And then press G to sync with it, and there we go. It'll start gaining power, and when it's full, then we can call it out to battle with us. Now our next quest is to fell some trees and optionally gather some ore. We definitely want to do both. So you just walk up to any tree, no matter how big or small, and start press F, and you'll start chopping it down. You don't have to continuously tap it. You just press F once, and it will go ahead and chop the whole tree down. There are very few trees that require better axes and stuff. They do exist, but it's only the absolute massive ones will require better tools to chop down. So let's go ahead and chop a bit of wood here. And then here is some copper ore. We're definitely going to take that. And these things respawn extremely quickly. So if I go around the corner there where that little cliff is and come back, these most likely will have respawned. So getting resources isn't that bad. You just walk around and stuff respawns as you're gathering different things, and you can gather pretty quickly. These are 100% gravel here, which you need to build also. Gravel is good to get, but you also get gravel, if you noticed, when you're gathering the copper. Let's run down here for a second. Yeah, there's lots and lots of new people that it looks like they've just joined and they are out exploring. There's some copper there. We'll get it real quick. As soon as we get to the town, into that area, we'll end this this intro video. I just want to show you how to get the basic needs started, and you will get a motorcycle given to you at the end of this first video. It is quite awesome. Okay, that should be about enough. Let's see if this place is if these have respawned. Not quite yet, but that's okay. And also, anytime that you are away from your home, you can press M for your map, and you'll see your home, and you can hold F and teleport back to your home. It does have like a 5-minute cooldown or a 3-minute cooldown, but it's a really nice way to get back home. Okay, now it wants us to build a furnace, so we'll press B. B activates your building for your home, and we'll right click, and then up here it wants us to go to facilities, production processing, and there is our furnace. So we'll place it down. And now it wants us to make charcoal, which you use the wood that we gathered to make some charcoal. We're not going to make all of it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and make 99, and while that's cooking, we'll gather some more wood, because we can build our house bigger as well. Right now, as you see, we come over here, we press B. This white area is the limit of our housing for now. You can upgrade it to be more than 5 times this size, and we'll learn about that in another video. So don't feel bad. Don't think that this is just as big as you can build. You can build skyscrapers and whole castles and all kinds of things. This is just to get you started, and so people can be closer together in the beginning. Because if I expanded mine, well, it wouldn't let me here. I'm too close to this guy, because it would completely engulf both of these, and it won't let you do that. So it just wouldn't let me expand here, even if I tried. We'll have to go to a bigger area. But while that's cooking, we'll get a bit more wood, and we'll build just a tiny bit onto our base here. I think it's wood and gravel to build more foundations. We'll press B, right click, structures, and wood foundations. Oh, we're too close to the road there. I figured we might be, but we can come over here. Yeah. And build. Yeah. Now we're just a little bit bigger already. We can take and move stuff around. You press B, and then hold and just press F on an item when it's highlighted green like that to relocate, and you can move stuff around wherever you want. So you can organize your house. Even the basic tower your terminal that controls your house can be moved anywhere you want within your home. And then we'll right click and let's see what else we've got. We've got a disassembly bench, but we need copper ingots. And that's what we're getting ready. Now that our charcoal's done, it wants us to make the copper ingots. So we'll come in here and we got enough to make 53 right now. And we'll let those cook. Now if we want, we can come out here and just gather some more materials. The main thing is to if you don't like waiting around, don't. Go out, explore, gather materials, or go to any of these little settlements by pressing M. You go to these little places, and there's different loot crates and all kinds of things and monsters there that you can kill, and you gather their loot, and that will let you build more armor and weapons, all of that. And loot respawns about every 4 hours in the game. So even if you go to one of these places and loot everything that there is there, by the time you come to some of these other areas and loot, this stuff is going to be, it'll all respawn. So you can get large amounts of just whatever you need. Let's see. We got 12 there, so we can go ahead and click that, and it will give us the ones that are already crafted. Like, see, there's one there now. I can click it, and it will go ahead and give me that one while the rest of them are cooking. And this, now, it wants us to create our disassembly bench. So again, B, and then a right click, disassembly bench, place it, and there we go. And now, when we looted those chests earlier, we got what's called scrap, which you'll get tons of if you go to any of these little places and loot them. You'll pick up tons and tons of scrap, and you bring it here and click select all and hold disassemble, and it will turn it into useful materials. Now these are the things that you can use to make your armor and weapons. So now it wants us to make a primary workbench and a crafting bench. And you can either hold tab and then go into your cradle, or what I do is press O. If you press O, it takes you straight into this mimetic system. And there are 4 different tabs here of items that you can learn. And right now, it's wanting us to come in here to the crafting section. There's all kinds of things. Don't worry. It looks complicated, but it is not. It wants us to do a supply workbench, which this will give this. So it costs 0 things to purchase, which is fine. Because right now we have 11 ciphers and 600 energy, but since it's free, we'll go ahead and click it. Apply it because it's free. It doesn't matter. And then it wants us to buy this one as well, which when we get this workbench, it's going to unlock some more weapons for us. That's wonderful. And then we can unlock ammunition here for this workbench. And when we come out, you press escape a couple of times to come back. Then press B, right click. And we don't have enough copper for this one just yet because it's cooking. But this one we have enough for. This is our basic supply workbench. We're going to place that. It looks, if you notice, it looks like the one in the tutorial. We come in, but now instead of just arrows, we've got all kinds of ammo and stuff because we just learned that. We can make gunpowder if we got the right materials. And then once we make a gun, we choose what gun we want. We come in here and make ammo for it. Now let's check in on our copper. And if you notice how this says 0 of 1, when it says 1 of 1, you just press G, or you can press G now, and it will go ahead and grab all of the ones that are in there that are cooking. And that one, the last one just finished right afterwards. But you don't have to access it. Now let's go ahead and press B, right click, and let's build our gear workbench. There we go. And now it wants us to craft any weapon. Let's see what range we got here of weapons that we can make. A good starting weapon can be a sniper rifle. The SN 700 is pretty good as a secondary weapon. The way you can shoot enemies long distance. A good beginner weapon is the MG4, but it uses a lot of ammo. Any of these cam ones or the soccer, see, these weapons have different abilities, stuff. But for now, we're just going to make the DE50. No, actually, we're going to make the sniper rifle. We'll make the sniper rifle. We'll go ahead and craft it. And now this will become our primary weapon. We're going to go ahead and equip it there. And then we'll come over here to ammo. And we're going to make copper SR for sniper rifle. We're going to make, right now we got 10 gunpowder. We'll go ahead and make, so we have 360 bullets. We'll craft that. While that's crafting, let's look at that melee weapon, the baseball bat. This is probably one of the best beginner weapons in the game. The baseball bat is. So I highly suggest as soon as you unlock this to go ahead and craft you one, because it will one-hit kill most enemies for quite a long time. If you don't want to waste your ammo. That's primarily what it's for, is for saving ammo. Okay, we'll craft it up. We'll just press F for equip. And then, well, we'll save that for the next video. Calibrating and such like that. Right now, let's work on the basic tutorial. Okay, our ammo is done. We click that. Wonderful. And we just got a free jacket. So we'll press I. We'll go to gear. We'll click on this chest. And we just got an epic Falcon jacket. It does have more HP and PSI intensity. So that we'll press F to equip that. And that is wonderful. Look at us now. We've got a nice sniper rifle, a baseball bat. We just need some pants and we'll be ready to go. Now, here is where we'll learn about teleporters. Deadsville, once you get to this part, it shows it's just right there. But we press M, and if we hover over it, it says teleport unlocked. Meaning we can teleport to this at will right now. And a different type of teleporter looks like this little radio tower right here. But you see, right now it's locked, so we can't hold F to go there. Once we visit it one time, though, it is then unlocked for this character. And then you can teleport between these anytime you wish, once you've been there once. This beginning one automatically unlocks for you. But you notice any other city, you have to visit them at least one time and click on their teleporter, which I will show you in a minute. We will go ahead and teleport to Deadsville, even though it's in front of us. And I'll show you what the teleportation tower looks like. We're almost done. We're almost done with this beginner video. These are the teleportation towers. Normally, when you first come to one, that beam will be orange or red coloring, meaning you have to come up to it and press F for the first time to activate it. Okay, we'll talk to her in a second. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk to her. Let's get this motorcycle going. I know a lot of people already are excited for the to get a vehicle. So this is how you get it for free. You can play on your own and build your own garage, which you do want to do eventually, but if you do this tutorial, you can get your motorcycle for free really early in the game, and it will help you go in between all these different settlements instead of running the entire time. So we're just skipping these dialogues, talking to this people. Like I said, I'd highly suggest the first time listening, because this is part of the story. Alright. And we'll talk to her one more time, and she will give us a motorcycle. Alright. And here we go, a mayfly's path. We come over here, we press F, and it stores it. And what that means is from now on, any vehicle you have, if you press G, it will show you, and you can press Q and E to switch between vehicles if you have more than one, because there are several different vehicles in the game. You press G once to bring it out, and then then right click to place it, F to get on it. And now you can ride. While you're riding it, if you press Q, you can ride a wheelie. If you press R, you can jump. And E does like a forward wheelie. Okay. I think that is going to be it for the very first video. But I'm doing an entire series on the entirety of the game. So please check in, and any questions you have about anything, I'm going to answer in their own videos. Like, for instance, acid. There will be a video only on that. They won't be very long videos. They'll be nice, short, and sweet to explain every single aspect of the game. Because a lot of people are new, and it seems overwhelming sometimes, the amount of things that are in the game. So I'm going to explain them as easily as I can to make the game as fun as possible for everyone. Alright, I will see y'all in the next one. Have fun, and I'll see you on the server.